Hello, my name's Artemis, and the world is a deep, dark, nasty place, and it's very easy to have a go at it and really say how shitty it is and rant for hours and hours and hours, but you only get so far with that, and it's very easy to say what I don't like about it, but I also have some ideas on how to fix it, and I thought maybe let's give this week's video, a little positive spin. Let's talk about some ideas to actually fix our broken Earth and forge a better future. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put on some chill vibes. We're going to get cozy and comfy, and we're going to talk about some positive steps forward that we could take as a species. How about we start off with something lovely, like a universal basic income? You know, take the wealth out of the hands of the greedy and corrupt elites who honestly are just hoarding it and not really doing a lot with it. Put it back in the hands of the people. And I don't mean in terms of just giving it, but give everybody a universal wage that they can live on for things like rent and food, so that you take the stress of getting a job away from, I just need basic survival, and you've got that covered, and they can actually do stuff that benefits our society and makes everybody happy. I mean, can you imagine how good it would be to go to work if your employer cared about you? Can you imagine if employers had to care about their employees and put benefits in place and whatnot, because, you know, you don't have to work there? Can you imagine how much less stressful this pandemic would be if the oncoming joblessness didn't mean that so many people were going to die from it? And all this automation that's coming in with the wave of the future, that's okay, because we can all live and survive, and governments are actually taking care of us the way they really should be. I think it's time we defund the fuck out of the police, and instead of, funding their fetishization of military shit that they can take out onto the streets for absolutely no real reason but to escalate things, we actually decide to put that money into social projects that help the people who are suffering in their life and actually try and fix some of the causes of these symptoms that crime ultimately is. Because ultimately, if you've got someone having a mental health crisis, you're not going to need someone with a gun turning up. If someone's having an overdose or they're high as a fucking kite, they need someone who's a specialist in addiction and maybe get sent to rehab. They don't need someone with a fucking gun and an ego turning up. And yeah, it seems like systemic racism has infected the fuck out of it, so you kind of need to pull the plug on that shit, because we can't keep doing that now, can we? Let's move forward into something better. Rather than having people that just punish for the sake of punishing, we look to rehabilitate, we look to fix what is broken and find a better world. You know what? Why don't we just get rid of the electoral college entirely? I mean, that system is completely broken, and it just pretends that you have a democracy when in reality you really don't. So let's get the fuck rid of that, and maybe we can actually vote in some people that we like. Or hell, maybe if there isn't anybody that we like, there's like a none of the above option. That would be cool. Like, yeah, I don't believe in any of these guys, so we're just going to do this all over again with people we actually believe in. We can actually have a proper say in this, because you shouldn't have to be forced to pick between the shiniest of two turds. That's not fair. That's not how you run a country. The whole fucking election thing, we could really step that up a notch. You know, stop voting people in for prom king of the fucking country. Stop it being a popularity contest and make it about the issues, not the dickheads who are just a puppet for someone else. Oh, I'd like my vote to mean something. Maybe it's time we say goodbye to you racist, cross-burning, redneck motherfuckers and your aged and decrepit organization that should never existed in the first place. Maybe we actually set forward a path of saying, you know what, we are not tolerating this anymore. Proud Boys, gone. Terrorists. KKK, gone. Terrorists. And we actually just say, no, you know what, organized racism, that's not a belief that can be protected. That's not something we should allow. And we're gonna get the fuck rid of them. We'll arrest the people that have been planning horrible shit. We will make racists, homophobes, transphobes, bigots, and all these extremists so terrified to be in this world because they will be called out for it and subsequently removed. It's time to educate them. It's time to move our society forward and stop letting fucking president-in-chunk asshole presidents stand up there and refuse to admonish them and say, no, this is a bad group that I shouldn't be supporting. Let's bar them from the military. Let's bar them from the police. Let's bar them from any form of public service. Let's not let them anywhere near the politician's office. Let's completely remove them from our power structure, because racists shouldn't be allowed a fucking life, let alone control over anyone else's. It's 2020. We should have done this about 50 years ago. How about just no more fossil fuels? How about we just get rid of them for good? We say we've had our time and it's been okay, it's not been great, but we're done now. And we invest in some of those alternatives that we actually have You know, let's put a solar panel on every single roof. Let's use that idea of the smart roads that are all solar panels and cool, because that would power loads of shit. Let's get loads of renewable forms in. Wind farms, wave generators, dams. Let's get all of that in place and make power free and renewable and safe and clean. And stop fucking fighting over this little resource which is killing the planet. Let's actually think about things going forward, for God's sake. And hell, let's get some of that cool futuristic stuff, like, you know, electric cars that you don't need to worry about paying for gas and shit like that. I mean, I would, for one, would quite like to have a planet that I can leave behind when I die. I'm not sure about anybody else. I think that's a cool idea. Like, we have a good place that other people can still live in, but maybe that's just me. I think maybe it's also time we all just decide to mind our own fucking business and stop trying to police everyone else's life. Okay, you don't get to use something like religion, which a lot of people find enriching to their life, to excuse your own homophobia and bigotry, alright, Karen? You don't get to just decide that you don't like the gays, therefore, oh, well, I'm obviously a piece of shit, so what can I use to make it feel like everybody should hate the gays? Oh, religion, right. No, you're not doing that anymore because it's none of your fucking business. Don't like gay marriage? Don't get one. Don't like abortions? Don't fucking get one. But you don't get to dictate what they do in their life, okay? Their body, their choice. They want to self-identify, that's up to them. If they've decided and realized even that, oh, okay, shit, I'm not actually assigned to this body, this doesn't feel right for me, I want to live my life in a different direction, then what the fuck business is it of yours, okay? Stay in your lane, fuck off, and stop pretending with your own little arrogant ass that you have any control over the way other people live their lives. Okay? Maybe something like a maximum wage, that would be cool. I've seen that idea floated a few times. Like, you're only allowed to have X amount of money. That's all you can have, that's all the wealth that you can accrue. And then you can't do anything with anything over that. You have to give it away. That would actually force companies to, you know, give that money to something else or to invest or something like that. And this whole like trickle-down economics thing might actually start to trickle down and people could benefit from it. Because, I mean, what exactly are they doing with all that wealth apart from hoarding it and boosting their egos? Because, I don't know, they didn't get hugged enough as a kid and therefore, you know, my self-worth is based in my worth and my bank account and my finances. And, you know, people are falling into poverty and dying of starvation, and why the fuck are we still seeing billionaires be a thing? Let's get rid of that. Let's actually circulate some of this wealth rather than just keep it in one place. So there you have it, there's a few chilled out little ideas I had. I hope that was nice and positive for you, nice and calming. And I think they're good ideas. What do you think? Do you have any other ideas? Are there things that I missed? Do I need to do another one of these videos? Let me know, because I'm intrigued. If you did like the video, feel free to, you know, support it right there, because, you know, you could always do that and it would be amazing. And I do genuinely love and appreciate all of your support. It is amazing. It does make me feel amazing, and you are amazing for having done it. But yes, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know whether you agree with some of these points. I'm sure you're going to let me know if you disagree with them, because that's just the way you work. And yes, thank you very much. Let's just let this graphic play out.